Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Yeah, look at that. Let's go. All right. Today we have a good show. We have a special guest. We have Mr. Daniel Perez.
Good morning.
Of Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling?
Amazing. I feel like I'm on Good Morning Aurora.
Awesome. So we got a lot to talk about. Good morning to all of you wonderful people out there. Lots of things going on today. We have two great news items that we'll get to besides our local headlines. But the bulk majority of this discussion is going to be learning about Happy Thoughts. So where were you born and raised?
So I was born and raised in Aurora, Illinois.
Okay.
Kind of grew up here most of my life, and then I kind of went to Sugar Grove. Lived with my dad there for a bit, but Aurora's been my hometown. That's why I started the organization in Aurora.
Okay. East Sider or West Sider?
Both, actually. So I was on the west side for a bit, and then went to the east side. So I got a little taste of both.
Okay, good. So one of the things that that we talked about on the way in here was that services have changed from like when I was a kid to now. I think that's a good thing. Talk a little bit about Happy Thoughts and what you guys do.
Yeah, so when I was younger, which wasn't long ago, there wasn't that many services available.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of programs, but then again, as kids, everyone feels like they fit in somewhere different. For me, I might fit into Happy Thoughts, but I might not fit into another group, just for whatever reason it is. And when I created Happy Thoughts, I created with an environment of wanting to kind of fulfill that aspect for everyone, to involve inclusion. So I started in 2019. Initially, we started with just a group of nursing students over at a small college here in Aurora. And we were like, oh yeah, we want to talk about policies and try to come up with ideas to represent to politicians. Mm-hmm. And that didn't go too well. Things were just on the back burners. You know, there's ideas that we came up with, and then there's like, oh, well, if we do this, like, this will happen or whatever, things like that. So then during the pandemic, 2020, I realized how much mental health was impacting people, which I already knew, but it just escalated like times 100.
All right.
So then when I did that, I kind of wanted to focus more on the people versus policies because, I mean, things like that can take years and years, as we know. And then I started becoming more of a grassroots, having boots on the ground is what I call it, and focusing more on our youth, because our youth is our next generation, they're our next population, and if we don't focus and invest on them now, then we're just going to be going into the wrong direction, and we want to push them forward to success.
Right.
Which is what our program is. It's teaching the foundations of happiness and instilling happiness, which is what you do every morning by bringing in the positivity versus the negativity, starting your day on a positive note.
Right.
And that's what we want to do, is instill happiness.
What organizations were around when you guys started?
So when I started, one of the organizations that really helped me a lot and kind of just being supportive was Simply Destiny.
Okay.
So that's one of the organizations I knew of right off the bat.
Martin Luna shouts out. What up?
Liza
Oliva, right?
Yep. So both of them have been amazing resources and friends of mine, and they've kind of guided me and just gave me the support that I needed, because a lot of people didn't think I would go anywhere with this organization.
You don't say. Did they doubt you?
They did.
They doubted a brother.
They really did. I still doubt myself sometimes. Right? Yeah. I still doubted myself for some times, and there's been times where I'm like, man, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, and I doubt myself. There's been a few times I've cried, and first person that calls me, Martin and Liza. Martin and Liza were the first people that call me and tell me, get your shit together.
Right, yeah.
Pull yourself together, like, you got this. And so I appreciate them a lot. They've been a big support. They're the biggest people that I've had that supported me throughout this process.
Good morning to our dear friends, and those of you guys just tuning in. It's 8:08 a.m., and we are here with new friend of the show, Daniel Perez of Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness. Good morning to all of our friends out there. Good to see y'all. Look at you. You're looking well. Anna's Custom Treats, Anna Sierra, good morning to you. And Dora Sanchez Soto, good morning to you as well. Shouts out to Anna's Custom Treats and McCarty Mills Tap Room, located on River Street. Two great businesses and two great folks right there. Alyssa Ocon is here as well. Good morning to you, Alyssa. The time is 8:08 a.m. So when you talk about the doubt and everything, and for those of you just tuning in, we're talking to Daniel Perez of Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness. When you talk about the doubt, what do you do to tamp it back down? I mean, it rise. We all go through that kind of thing. Like, man, is it really effective? What do you do when it rears its ugly head?
So, I guess one of the biggest things that have doubted me, or still do, I guess, sometimes, is I've been told about our name, and this kind of touches one of the biggest things. Our name, we've had organizations that don't want to work with us because of our name. The name Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness, and the name Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness. I guess people think about it and don't really realize the name and what it means. So, when you think of Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness, you think of, well, how can suicide have happy thoughts? But that's not really the reason behind it. The reason behind it is when I was younger and I went through mental health issues and I was in and out of a hospital, the biggest thing that helped me was focusing on positivity, happy thoughts. That's what helped me, which is why we wanted to change the name and normalize the issue of mental health and normalize the fact that suicide is an issue. How can we combat that? Positivity, happy thoughts. So we've had organizations, again, that don't want to work with us because of our name. They say, we put a bad name to suicide. We put a bad name to mental health because of our name.
What do they want you to name it?
They want us to change the name in order for us to work with them.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I'm like, well, I felt so bad at one point where I didn't want to even continue the organization. I'm like, man, like, how am I failing? How am I failing? How am I doing this wrong? I thought I was doing something so good. And Liza and Martin were the first people that called me and told me to get my stuff together and keep pushing through because I'm making good changes. They were the ones that have given me the motivation to just continue. And I think about that, and I think about all the positive comments that we've had from family members, all the kids that we've helped so far with during the pandemic, with tutoring, with school, helping them fill out FAFSA forms because their parents don't speak English and they don't understand the process. So when we do this, I think about all the lives that we've impacted already, and that's what pushes me forward. So, I guess that's kind of it. It's the people that we've helped. It might be only, say, 100 people that we've helped, or however many it is, but it's those few people that just continue to expand and expand and expand.
Yeah, I mean, because even to those 100 people that you have helped, that help meant the world to them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Ben Tennant, good morning to you as well. Good morning to all of you guys. Maria Charito, good morning as well. Norma Peterson tells us we all doubt ourselves, but we find our way with determination and intuition. Well said.
I love that.
Well said. Well said. Norma Peterson, thank you very much. Whitney Love, what is up? Good morning. Dan Barrero and Greg Ellsbury as well. Time is 8:11 a.m. All right. Let me hit these people with a little bit of news, and then we'll get back to our discussion with our friend Dan Perez. Give him a chance to sip his coffee or his bottle of Ice Mountain water.
I love it.
All right. So we have some interesting news to tell you guys about, and I'm happy to do this because Aurora downtown, the downtown scene has been coming up. You guys will notice on our Facebook page we posted, and on Buenos Dias Aurora, we posted about Back the Vax. That is the combination of art, culture, food, and vaccination shots available at Water Street Square, the area right there where City Hall is, you guys. That's going to be Saturday. But there's also the Back to School Block Jam coming to downtown Aurora. It's free. All ages are invited. Saturday, August 14th from 4 to 8 p.m. Celebrate heading back to school with art, food, music, and free resources from local organizations. It's going to be on Stolp Avenue between Galena and Downer in downtown Aurora. Shouts out to our friends of the Downtown Aurora organization. Also, one more time, letting you guys know that there's a drive-through school supply distribution event on that very same day. How about that? 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come to Phillips Park, 1000 Ray Moses Drive for the Aurora Back to School Fair. Our friends, CISA, Cities in School Aurora, are teaming up with the City of Aurora. Simon Rodriguez, what up? And going to be giving school supplies back to kids for free. So all you parents who ain't got no money, because you've been buying groceries and doing all that crazy stuff for your kids and taking them cool places, you can get them for free. Just show up on Saturday at Phillips Park. All right. So I want to talk a little bit more before we get into the article I was telling you about Happy Thoughts. Where are you guys located?
So we're actually located on 121 Downer.
Okay.
And Suite 212, actually. So second floor, Suite 212.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
You got Facebook, Instagram,
yes,
all that?
Yes, we do. We have Facebook. It's you can find us in Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness Outreach, or I believe it's also the @ symbol and the sigma. And then you can also find us on Instagram as well. Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness Outreach, same thing as well. On Twitter, what else do we have?
Oh, y'all got Twitter too?
Yes, we do.
Okay, yeah. Hit the tweets up. Tweets up.
Little birdie. And then what else do we have? We had a Snapchat, but it's not very active.
Right.
Not a lot of subscribers there yet, so maybe we can get all the young kids up there.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Well, we'll do what we can to see if we can get them numbers up, boost some numbers up.
Yes.
Okay, guys, 2 things to talk about today. 2 things. We've got 2 pieces of information to give you guys about and want to get your opinion on the following local subjects. So Aurora recently said goodbye to its high-profile, highly decorated police chief just this week. Kristen, oh, dang, y'all got my bad. Sorry, that was loud, the Outlook calendar and everything. Kristen Zeman is retiring. After a 30-year career at the Aurora Police Department that started in 1991 when she joined as a cadet, her last day is actually the 6th of August. But the symbolic changing of the guard recently included the new chief, Keith Cross, and Deputy Chief Matt Thomas. Although she has a week left after the changing of the guard, she quips to Cross, "I'm not coming to any more meetings." So I'm going to put the link to this article in the chat for you guys to read at your leisure. Today we're going to talk about what do you guys think? We're going to get Daniel's thought on our outgoing police chief and our incoming police chief and what we as a city want to see collectively. The time's 8:15. So first of all, what do you think about that?
I think it's time for change in Aurora. I mean, we're overdue for change. Chief Zeman did a lot of great things in Aurora, and I'm happy for her retirement. I do think the new chief is going to bring a lot of great things as well. Mm-hmm. He's been overdue for a promotion. I really think he would have made a great chief many years ago, and I'm glad that he's got the position. So.
Right. Yeah. So here's how I feel about it. I'm happy first of all, and APD is hiring. We told you guys that I told you that 2 weeks ago.
Also, cadets. They're looking for cadets.
They are
17 to 19 years old.
Right. They're looking for cadets. So think about it. So hold on. Let's wait. Rewind that. Think about that. I just told you that the outgoing police chief started as a cadet. I just read y'all that.
Yep.
And now they're hiring for cadets.
Just the growth.
So
from where you're starting.
You could potentially be the next chief of. I mean, come on. Now
What's
the
that
time
one
is.
Song? Started from the bottom. Now
The time is now 8:16. Stacy Latrice also down. Good morning to you. He is overdue. So he wrote an article about the need to see more Latino and Black police officers. This was, I think, last year or a year or 2 ago. Now he's the chief of police. I'm happy. I like that.
I think one thing we can both agree on, Curtis, is that the criminal justice system itself has been overdue for change.
Yes.
There's been so many people complaining about change. I'm sure we've complained about change too.
Mm-hmm.
The only change that we're going to get from is not hating on the police, but starting to become, our younger people need to be involved, and if they want to be police officers, regardless of the hate, step up, become a cadet, go be a police officer, be the change you want to be.
Yep.
That's one of the biggest motto is, if you want to see change, be the change.
Exactly.
Don't just throw hate and just sit back and watch it.
Armchair quarterback.
Yes,
right?
There we go.
You know what I would do is I would blah blah blah. Okay, the link to the article is in the chat for you guys to check out at your leisure. Let us know what you guys think. Put that in the chat. How do you guys feel? We know a lot of you guys personally through relationships here in the community, so we are aware of some of you guys' feelings. But for those of you guys just tuning in, let us know. The time is 8:18. Stacy Latrice tells us that's awesome. It's a great topic of awareness. And Josue says, well, look at the deputy mayor. That's a fact. He is
true.
Latino. Guillermo Trujillo.
Yep.
I did that good too.
You did.
Didn't even
I was
say
surprised.
It like, Guillermo.
Surprise.
So yes, change is coming, and it seems like it's here.
Yes.
But we'll make sure it's a continued positive change. But here's something else that I kind of want to get somebody else's opinion on. So now that we have a new chief of police, we've got a new deputy chief. Do you think that we'll see any new officers? Because police rates are down across the country. Police,
Yes.
Joining. What do you think? And how do you feel about like the youth taking that next step? Do you think we'll see some increase in the numbers because the representation is a little bit better now, or you think it'll stay the same or drop off?
I really hope the number increases. We really need more youth, more younger people. Fresh blood is what I like to call it. A lot of these police officers are amazing police officers, but what I've noticed is that the city of Aurora recently opened it up to transfers, to have transfer police
That's
officers.
a fact. Lateral transfers.
Lateral
That's
transfer.
right. We mentioned that. Yep.
And I've never seen that before. And lateral transfers basically can allow a 30-year-old or 30-year veteran from Chicago PD to come over to Aurora, or someone from Texas or something like that to come to Aurora. We're not hiring local,
Right.
Which is what I think we need to do, is maybe instill something that's boundaries, because then those police officers, those younger police officers, can be from the area, know our area, and also represent our community.
So I saw that, the lateral transfer
Yeah.
thing, and I thought to myself, and I read it, okay, yeah, but why wouldn't you just like hire or put a bonus in local?
Yep.
When school starts back, send Cross to East High with some donuts and orange juice. Like, yo, what's popping? We hiring.
We send the military recruiters out there.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Right. See, and I had a discussion with another guy about this. He didn't like the fact that the military goes to high schools and recruits. Now, I'm a military guy. When I was in high school, I wasn't trying to hear it. But if you're trying to see representation, why wouldn't it make sense to have the organization you're trying to get better represented with people of color go to where the people of color are?
I agree.
It seems my words at the time were it seems self-defeating,
Well, now the thing is, we're so used to spam, so used to seeing all these ads and advertisements on Facebook, LinkedIn, all these social media platforms, that sometimes I'm guilty of it, where I won't even read my messages because I think it's a spam, so I'll delete it.
Oh, you're one of those dudes.
Yeah, I'm so used to getting all these
Yeah.
spam calls. So the best way to reach me is in person.
Facts.
You see me walking down the street, stop me right there.
All right. So the link is in the chat for you guys. The time is 8:21 a.m. Stacy says, yes, we need recruiters to go to the high schools, post flyers in the neighborhood. Tracy Duran is here, y'all. Good morning, Tracy. Good to see you guys, everybody. It's Thursday. Yesterday was the Wednesdays at the Plaza. Did you go to that?
I did not. I had to work.
I didn't go either, but I saw it on many people's Instagram because I lurk for a living. Hello, Maria. It looked like a good time.
It did.
And we've got Harvey's Firebox coming to the next one as well. And those summer concert series ends August 11th, you guys. So please come on out there with the family and take part if you can. All right, a couple more quick news items for you guys. Celebrate Aurora National Night Out, Tuesday, August 3rd, 6 p.m. to 9 at 1029 Kane Street on the east side in Aurora. Free and open to the public. This is brought to us by New Covenant Full Gospel Church and Community Advocacy Awareness Network, the CAN Network, CAAN. Meet your neighbors, music, pony rides. They got ponies on the east side? That's crazy. Somebody going down Grand Avenue on a horse. Police coming real quick, too. Pictures with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, face painting, and fire department and APD will be there as well. For more information, you can give a call to 331-575-4630. That number again is 331-575-4630. That's the thing I like most about doing this real quick. I like saying the numbers twice, like the old school guy on the radio.
Yep.
Yeah. That I just to tip my hand a little bit and show you guys. I just
start making one of those jingles.
773-202 boop 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 Luna. And also, guys, hold on. We got some breaking news. Victoria Hyla Maldonado tells us, yes, that's right. We almost forgot. Come to McCarty Mills this Friday. Books, barbecue, baking.
Bacon?
Bacon.
Baking.
Baking.
Oh, baking. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Like baking and beer. Wow, that's the 4 B's. All right, so that's happening. Chef Alton and Victoria Hyla Maldonado are going to get down this Friday. Release is at 5 p.m. And today there's Rockin' Taco Queso Birria from starting at 5 p.m. and the Aurora Cannabis Club meets at 7 p.m. Sunday on the 1st, there's a concha pop-up with damaged goods, and that starts at 11 a.m. And there's $1 off drafts tonight at McCarty Mills. Shouts out to our dear friends for all they do. Okay, something real quick, you guys. The DuPage County Expungement Clinic. Told you guys about this a week ago. Clear your criminal record. That's taking place Saturday, October 2nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. What is an expungement clinic? Volunteer attorneys will help prepare and file requests to have your record cleared for free. Who qualifies? Many things on your record may be eligible for removal or sealing. The team will help walk you through the process of clearing your record. This will be taking place at DuPage County Administration Building, 421 North County Farm Road in Wheaton, Illinois, 60187. Pre-registration is strongly recommended. Some participants may be able to participate via Zoom. I posted this already for you guys. I will repost this today, and this is news from our Circuit Court Clerk Candace Adams, and DuPage that is. Sponsors are Prairie State Legal Services, Illinois Access to Justice, and the 18th Judicial Center Pro Bono Committee. Shouts out to attorneys doing great things for people. The time is now 8:25 a.m. Okay, so what's next? What's next for Happy Thoughts? What's on the calendar?
I'm trying to think. Well, I guess to start off, we need volunteers.
Okay.
We need board members. We need young people volunteers. We do internships as well. We're really hurting for volunteers, especially last year during COVID. Right after December, the new year started, we kind of lost some volunteers. So we have a lot of events that we want to plan again. We want to do something for Halloween, to do some kind of pumpkin event with vendors again. And again, we would like to do another Christmas Kringle to raise money and toys for kids in need this year. So we could really use volunteers. You can go to our website, www.htsail.org, and you can register there if you're interested in volunteering. So that's one of the biggest things. We've also been applying to open up a community-based mental health clinic in Aurora. So what that would allow free access to anybody that doesn't have insurance or that has Medicaid to get access to a psychiatrist, a therapist, things like that.
Okay.
So it's a long process, but that's what's coming, and it's a very difficult process.
I'm sure finding good hard-working talent is probably hard.
That is. That's one of the biggest things, but we thankful to the board members that we currently have. They've been very supportive, and just been, the backbone to going through this and pushing through, because the state of Illinois, let me tell you, they ask for a lot of things.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
You got to have your ducks in a row. That's
True.
That T is not crossed within 2 centimeters below the top of the line.
Yeah. One of the biggest things was during COVID is a lot of people were using the electronic signatures.
Right.
We couldn't do that with the state of Illinois. So when people had restrictions and they were staying at home quarantine, it's like, okay, sign this document, but don't send it to me for like 30 days.
Right. Oh, man. So, real quick, you guys, if you're just tuning in, we are speaking with Daniel Perez of Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness, local here in Aurora, doing good things for the community in regards to mental and emotional health. I mentioned to Daniel that one of the things I'm happy about is the way that times have changed. When I was young, it was, getting services of any kind simply meant going to some nondescript office, filling out a form, giving it to some overworked lady, and that's it. Have a good day. Now things have changed, and we're happy to see some good, positive young folks taking the lead and spearheading this. Okay, so Nicole says they got ponies on the east. That's what I'm saying, the same thing, like ponies on the east side. That's funny. I saw a petting zoo once upon a time, on the east side, and I was like, wow, that's cool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, people don't think the east side is safe, but it's so safe.
It is.
We got ducks and...
Anytime I missed school, because this was back when East Aurora didn't have school buses. Anytime I missed school, my mom would make me walk to school, and I remember walking down Ohio, and I thought I was going to get mugged or something. I was like, somebody's going to kidnap me. I said, how can you let me walk to school? Nope.
Right.
You missed the bus, you're walking to school.
Yeah. In some neighborhoods, that'd be bad parenting.
Yeah.
You know? You made your kid walk 2 miles to school? Crazy. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, you guys, I have something else that came across the news desk. So I found a great article about it, too. Aurora is seeking to hold events to replace Fiestas Patrias. Yes, you heard it right. Fiestas Patrias is going to be replaced. Aurora Avanzando will be a celebration of 2020 Hispanic Heritage Month, and this will take place from September 15th through October 15th. Chief Information and Equity Officer Clayton Muhammad said city officials are still planning all the events. The traditional Fiestas Patrias parade and celebration were canceled this year because the Hispanic Heritage Advisory Board, which normally plans the event, was unable to meet during much of the coronavirus pandemic. Quote, but we are organizing events because Mayor Urban didn't want to miss out without some kind of special celebration for Hispanic Heritage Month. One thing is that the city would do and tie in events with a special event honoring the 20th anniversary on September 11th, which is also this year. Many people from throughout the country, as well as in Aurora, answered the call to join the military after the attack on the World Trade Towers in New York City on September 11, 2001. 3 of those men from Aurora lost their lives during their military tenure, and they were Hispanic. So it's going to be called Aurora Avanzando. There is going to be no more Fiestas Patrias. What do you think about that? Community, put that in the chat. Let us know. It's 8:30 a.m. But first of all, Daniel, what do you think?
So,
when I was reading this, you look kind of salty. You were like,
man,
what the hell?
I don't know. It's just like, I grew up with Fiestas Patrias, and I mean, I don't know. I feel like when it was the advisory board running it, it was so amazing because first off, the Hispanic advisors. I can't talk today.
Hold on, because when that happens, we all sip coffee. When you mess up, go ahead. We got time. Take a sip.
Thanks to Treadwell for that coffee.
TW, right.
Yeah. Okay, so the Hispanic Advisory Board, they're all Hispanic for the most part. I mean, they take our culture and they go above and beyond for it.
Right.
When the city takes over it, I'm not sure how I feel about that, just because now it's not going to be the same name. It's not going to have the same feel regardless of who runs it.
Well, hold on a second. I mean it's called Aurora Avanzando.
Avanzando, yeah, but it's not.
What does that mean, by the way?
Avanzando, from my understanding, I believe it's moving forward. Avanzando, somewhat like that. But I guess
okay, that's totally a city statement.
Yeah,
that's totally a.
That sounds like the city of
government-y. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sounds like the city of Aurora.
How do I say moving forward in Spanish?
So I guess like if you're gonna take away that parade, I think that's gonna be my biggest issue, or not issue, but just like meh.
Well, hold on a second. It didn't say that they were taking away the parade.
But it sounds like they're gonna do events throughout the whole month,
which would mean that they're not gonna do parades the whole month. They're not gonna do a series of parades.
Well, yeah,
right. And I think if they were gonna do a parade, they would still, the language would say we will still have the traditional parade. The word parade was nowhere in this article.
Correct. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I don't know. I just hope they don't take that away. Because think about it. The city of Aurora likes to save money. The parades over the years have gone up in price.
Right.
And the boards that run usually these type of events have to raise that money and things like that. The city of Aurora doesn't necessarily raise money for events.
Right.
They usually come out of budgets. Will they take that money out of a budget, that $18,000, to run this parade?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right, exactly.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, so I really hope they don't.
Right.
So I guess that's my only thing.
I think now Fiestas Patrias wasn't a week-long event.
No,
right.
It wasn't.
So is there not anything that's good and to be gained because now the event's going to be longer, just not have the same name?
I mean,
is that not a good trade-off?
It seems like it, but the parade's the biggest thing for me. Is ever since I was a little kid, we would always go to every single parade with the city of Aurora because they were always so big, so like extra.
Yeah,
they were so
you're
extra,
right.
Especially with Fiestas Patrias. You see those horses, you see those mariachis. That was the biggest thing. And I mean, yeah, the city of Aurora will have something similar or things like that, but the parades were the biggest thing. And even after the pandemic, when we didn't have parades anymore, during the pandemic because of the social distancing, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Where's all the fun at?
No, I get it. I can dig it. I can dig it. I mean, I just feel I personally feel like, for the person who grew up going to the Fiestas Patrias parade, right?
Yes.
Like you. Yeah, you're going to miss it. But there's a part of me that thinks maybe some good can come out of something new.
I do think I see some good too, because especially if they do a whole month of events on the weekends, I think it'd be beneficial for businesses. I think it'll really boost things, bring out the community more. I do see that positivity versus just bringing out the community for one weekend or one day event.
Right.
It will bring more people together throughout the weekends or however they do it. So I think that is a positive too, is versus before where we were only meeting up, one day or one weekend at a time. Even with COVID, there was no events. So definitely bringing more people out, I think, is a good thing as well.
The time is 8:35 a.m. You are tuned into, watching, and listening to Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Dan asks us, is this change only for this year? Maybe Fiestas will be back next year. That is a good question.
That is a good question.
Because in the article it did highlight that this is the 20th year of the September 11th attacks.
True.
So perhaps this is just being tied in for this. Who knows? It sounds like it has a lot to do with the vibe or how long the Hispanic Heritage Board lasts, because it said that the reason why this got taken over because they didn't meet during the pandemic.
That could be it too. That could just be this year.
Right. So maybe they'll redo the board and bring it back. Because I think a Heritage Advisory Board would always be better placed to handle said ethnic event.
Correct.
As opposed to the city. The city should be there to help you do it right.
Correct.
Help the, you know what I'm saying? Help
kind of back it up and help with funding, things like that.
Right. I believe the Latino community needs to unite. Fiestas and PR Parade needs to be one to include all Latinos. That is I like that. That would be good, right?
To an extent, because if you go to, by PR, did she mean Puerto Rican?
I hope so. I hope she didn't mean public relations. No, yeah, she did. She did mean
because
Puerto Rican.
I made the mistake one time of calling a Puerto Rican Latino, and that was a big mistake I ever made. But I didn't know that they were not Latino. I always get this confused. Puerto Ricans, I believe, are Hispanic, but not Latino. I always get, or it's vice versa, one of the two.
I had a Puerto Rican tell me that he wasn't Hispanic, so
maybe it is the other way around. I don't know. I always mess it up, and I always get yelled at.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend; she almost slapped me for that one.
Well, I actually believe that because eventually we're not going to be able to have the downtown, and I guess what's planned in regards to development and everything like that. Maybe there's a strategic planning that would need certain spaces clear of parades and things like that for new initiatives coming up. One can only hope. But Dan Barrero brought up a good point. If there was a parade with all Latino groups on the same day, if the Latino community came together for one fiesta and one parade, what would it be called? What could you call that? That'd be...
I don't know.
Right?
That would be a good question.
Grande party?
I don't know. I really don't know.
That's a good crowdsourced name. You guys put in the chat what you guys think we should name that. The time is 8:38 a.m. Okay, couple more quick news items before we go. Oh, Puerto Ricans are Latinos without the immigration discrimination because PR. That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's what
that
it
is right. Yep. All right. Real quick, you guys, let me tell you something. Back to school giveaway. Yet another one. This one's going to be at Wilbert Walters Park. 612 May Street in Aurora. All Aurora K through 12 students are welcome. Contest raffles, food, school supplies. First come, first serve. Early arrival is suggested. And this is going to be something that I once again recommend you to attend. This will be Sunday, August 15th from noon to 6 p.m. Shouts out to the all of the great sponsors of this as well. Volunteers and donations are needed. For more information, you can text hashtag OOK to 815-501-7927. That number again is 815-501-7927. Okay, so for those of you guys just tuning in, hello at home. We are here with our good friend Daniel Perez of Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness. Renee Cruz tells us, both groups generally help each other out, but celebrate at different times of the year by tradition. They also lead into the festivals that help raise scholarship funds. Well said, sir. Well said. Nice. Aurora Lations, is that the name? That's a good name for our parade. Maybe we should name it. And then they heard about it here. So they'll tie in Good Morning Aurora. Right. What? Then we'll be on the float. Yeah. Like, hey. Okay. So we talked about what's next with Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness.
Yes.
On a personal level, what's next for Daniel Perez?
So, I don't know. I guess my goals. I'm almost done with my bachelor's degree. I only need 15 more credits, and it's in psychology.
Okay.
And then, starting in the spring, I'm going to be pursuing a master's degree in clinical psychology. So, my goal eventually is to be a psychologist, a clinical psychologist. That's essentially why I want to do this organization, continue it forward, to be able to offer counseling services for people that are disadvantaged or that don't have the funds to pay for counseling or therapy, because it's very expensive.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How can we, the community, help you?
So the way the community can help us is, one, by volunteering with my organization. I have so many goals and visions for my organization to expand it. If you notice our full name, it's Happy Thoughts Suicide Awareness Outreach of Illinois. So that vision is essentially to have my organization expand throughout the state of Illinois.
Okay.
And the way we want to do that is by having, I guess, like different cities run groups, or like kind of just volunteer all over, so we can do events all over and spread the message and normalize mental health. That's one of the biggest ways, is volunteering with us. You can also donate donate items to us. So I know one of the biggest things, we're in need of school supplies for our office, because right now I'm self-funding. We don't have many grants. The rent I pay out of pocket. So that's the biggest reason, biggest way to help is monetary or donating your time.
Right. Yep. No, I completely understand. Again, we talked before this, but it's like, dude, when you're trying to do something, you got a dream. That's what it takes.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can't motivate yourself to get over that hump, it ain't gonna work.
Correct.
You know, like I went, like the early days of this show, man, it started in my bathroom when that first stimulus check came way back in 2020.
That first
like,
stimmy.
that stimmy was studio time.
Yeah.
But there was no plan after that. Like there was no plan B. Like I was like, when this is out, what's next?
So that's one of the biggest things with us, or with me, I should say, is I knew last year I needed to get an office, because we were no longer able to meet out of school because of the pandemic. And I knew people still needed help. And I wanted to continue that. And like you said, get over that hump.
Yep.
So what did I do? That first stimmy I got, what was it, last year, the first stimmy we got? What did it go to? Down payment of a studio. So we got an office. That went to the down payment in the first month. After that, I didn't know what I was going to do.
Right.
What happened? I started working overtime. And
Yep.
I started making this money so that I can pay the rent.
Right.
And, ever since then it's just been coming out of pocket.
Exactly.
I didn't think about it.
But see, that's what it takes, though.
It does.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud.
You.
That's what it takes. That's what it takes. Like, I had no mic. This thing was $300.
Wow.
But you got to do what you got to do.
That's one thing I realize is when you have a passion for something, you find a way to do it.
Exactly.
And that's one of the biggest things is I'm a big believer, and I have faith. And it's like when you have faith in something, your wants will be neglected. Your needs will be neglected. Your wants will be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I always believe it.
Facts. Cassie Winchell, good morning to you. Let's see. We got some news here. All right. So, Dora says, let's educate others that we Latinos are not just Mexican, Puerto Rican, Guatemalan, El Salvadoran, Spaniards, Brazilians, etc. The whole diaspora.
Preach it.
Preach. The younger Latinos / Hispanics like Latinx. This will be a good topic for Buenos Dias, Aurora. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
that is well said. Yeah. Oh, you got to come on Buenos Dias, Aurora. So we'll work that out. We'll get that's Wednesdays. We'll work a date out. So let me see here. Also, I saw some names, though. We did ask you guys to give us names for this potential. Let's see here. Dan says the parades have celebrated Independence Days. Casildo Casey Cuevas is here. Good morning to you, sir. Fiestas Patrias includes a festival and parade. Fiestas Patrias has been canceled this year. Fiestas Patrias raises money for scholarships for our Hispanic Latino community. If you unite the parades, it could be named Desfile Unidos.
Desfiles Unidos.
What does that mean?
So it means parades united. So desfiles.
I like that.
Parades Unidos means united. I like that. I love that.
Hey, yo, I like that. We're going to hit the clap for you, Casildo. Word up.
Yeah, for real, I like that.
All right. That's why at Fiestas Patrias, we have a parade of nations honoring everyone. Wow. Good to know. We got some smart people. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We got some smart people.
this.
Yeah, this is, I'm telling you, man, this is the ish. All right. So I got a couple more news items that we'll tell people about real quick, and then we will get to the last part of our discussion, and we'll give you the final word today.
Awesome.
Taking us into what we hope will be a positive Thursday for all.
Okay.
As we mentioned on the show to you guys many times, there is a feminine product drive going on with our dear friends of Open Door, Health Center of Illinois, Mutual Ground, Breaking Free, and the Office of State Rep Hernandez, the 83rd District. Any products are are needed. Drop-off locations are 157 South Lincoln Avenue, number K, 120 Gale Street, and 540 West Galena Boulevard. And yeah, this is very needed, so we appreciate any help for our shared community. Also, if you want to visit the Chicago Botanic Garden, the Shedd Aquarium, or the Art Institute of Chicago, you can do so free through the month of August with the Constituent Museum card, also available at the Office of State Rep Barbara Hernandez. Call and tell them that you heard about it.
You heard that.
On Good Morning Aurora. Hey. Okay, so, what you got planned this weekend?
Well, shout out to my principal. I recently started a job at a
the only show where the principal gets where the principals get shout outs from the students.
Yeah, I started a job at a junior high school. I was working at a hospital. Well, still technically am. And I started a job at a junior high school. I love it. So I know he's watching right now.
Nice.
So I'm working today after here, and then this weekend, I don't know. I think I'm going to go out this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta enjoy. Gotta relax.
Yeah. Take some break. Blow some steam, man. Yeah. Sometimes when you're doing work for everybody, it's hard to remember to do things
for yourself.
Yeah, and that's key.
That's one of the biggest things we teach within our organization is focusing on yourself. I love focusing on mental health and talking about it, but sometimes what we like to teach is not just talking about mental health. It's also focusing on yourself, teaching leadership skills, teaching self-empowerment, because that all has to do with mental health. So instead of always talking about the statistics, because I used to be in assemblies in school, and we always talked about the statistics of mental health and the impact, and that's important. However, but nowadays our new youth don't want to sit and listen to a lecture like that.
No.
I mean, geez, when I'm sitting in my psychology classes, our professor's talking about all these statistics, and it's like, it's good to know. I love to learn them. But it's like, I also want to know how I can help people.
Right.
Statistic number-wise doesn't teach me how to talk to someone. Doesn't teach me how to fix or make a solution or create a solution. So when I interact with youth, we like to teach them coping skills. We like to teach them about art. We like to teach them about leadership skills. How to focus on yourself, which is, for me, it's like sometimes just going out with friends, family. That's how I de-stress. That's how I focus on myself.
Man, I don't, you know what, like, when it comes to stress and all that kind of stuff, because I get stressed too, like, what I have become pretty good now at dealing with stress that comes up by, like, just kind of retreating into something that's positive for me.
Correct.
So, like, sometimes I get, so in my job, actually, the rent assistance program just ended.
Okay.
But for a month, I was getting like novella calls every morning. Oh, my fiance left me, so now we're gonna lose the house, and it's like it's 9:30 in the morning. That drains you.
It does. And
that takes away. And it's like, to build myself up, I gotta just get lost. I gotta go mow the lawn for an hour, or just pull weeds for an hour. Just like retreat and then come back to it. Everybody's got a different way to do it, though, I guess.
So one of the biggest, you're gonna laugh at this one. One of the ways I deal with stress, I like to take showers and sing. I'll crank up that radio so that none of my neighbors can hear me.
I know somebody out there probably like, I do the same thing.
Well, no, see, right. You would think I'd have a good voice. It's not till I have a few Seagrams and then I feel good. But,
right.
I sing. I let it all out.
Good.
Singing for me, there's been times I go to my balcony at nighttime, and hopefully my neighbors don't hear me. Otherwise, they'd probably just start knocking on my door telling me how horrible I sound. But that's one of the ways I de-stress. Another way is our organization, one of the ways that we raise money is by selling candles.
Okay.
The candles, I make them at home, actually. So they're all homemade. There's about 32 cents. And as I gave you two of them, two of our newest scents. And the scent of a candle, or the scent of anything, brings me to a happy place, which, again, is why our organization's called Happy Thoughts.
Right.
It makes me think of something. It's I can't remember what church it's called. I think it's the United Methodist Church on Galena. That big, old church. They also have a preschool there.
Wesley United Methodist Church.
It's right in front of Barbara Hernandez's office, or diagonal from it. I believe it's that one.
I think that's Wesley.
I think so, possibly.
Okay.
So I used to go to preschool there, and they had this soap in the bathrooms. Mm-hmm. I used to go to the bathroom a million times just because I love the smell of that soap. It was like some coconut something. Damn. And I know they still have it there because I went there the other day to pick up one of the kids that we work with. And just that smell brings me back to preschool when I used to love going to the bathroom for no reason, just to wash my hands.
I may be showing my age, but some of you may remember lava soap in the bathroom. And that, it was. Anybody out there remember lava soap? It was like rubbing gravel on your body. Oh yeah, it was. That stuff would strip away paint.
Oh, okay.
Turn black guys white. It was crazy, man. It was a rough soap. All right, the time is 8:51 a.m. So we're gonna wrap it up here a couple minutes early because we've got a great interview coming up for the folks.
Yep.
But we learned how we can help you.
Yes.
Volunteering, getting involved, educating ourselves with your information, and making donations and things like that. And you also mentioned the stuff that you guys have coming up.
Yep.
What's your hours, or is everything by appointment, just contacting you?
So currently, because we're short staff, we don't have people to work at our office. It is by appointment.
Okay.
Once we get more volunteers and hopefully some internships once school starts, we'll be able to have our normal hours, which is Monday through Friday. And again, I don't want to give those hours out to not confuse anybody yet. But you can look us up on our website and on Facebook. You'll be able to see our hours. You can always make appointments. I'm always available in person or Zoom, however people feel more comfortable with. So
interesting. All right. So, Josue, thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate all of our folks for tuning in, man. We got some good people in the crowd. Shout out and support local.
Yep.
We also have coffee mugs. I'm proud to announce that there is a mug club now.
Really?
There is a mug club. At Treadwell, if you go into Treadwell, you will see Good Morning Aurora mugs. The mug is $35, but you get a month's worth of coffee for free.
You're telling me this good coffee is included?
Included. Oh, yeah. A month of Treadwell coffee for free. A post will be made about that, so you guys please check that out and join the mug club. I'm telling you, if you walk in with the Good Morning Aurora mug, people will move out the way for you. Like, oh, snap, watch out. Yep. So the show ends on a positive note.
Yes.
What's your message today for the people of Aurora going into this Thursday?
Message today is always start your day with happiness. Always focus on something positive in the day. When I grew up, starting when I was younger, and I'll hurry up for this one, but I'm sure we've all seen that one. I can't remember what he was. I know he was in Navy. He always gives like amazing speeches. He always talks about positive notes, and one of the biggest things that stuck with me.
Admiral
Yes,
McMullen.
he's an admiral. Yes, him.
Yeah.
And he always talked about always start your day by making your bed.
Yeah.
Because if you make your bed and you've had a crappy day, you come back to one positive thing that you did was making your bed. My parents would always instill that in me. So shout out to my mom. She's been the one that raised me most of my life, well, all my life. And she always made me do that. I would get yelled at if I didn't make my bed.
Yeah.
Because she always wanted us to start our day on a good thing, which to kids, that may not seem like a good thing or a fun thing to do. But once you grow up, you'll understand that.
Yep.
You've had a bad day, work was bad, whatever it was, you come back home, your bed is made, you're going to lay back down on that clean bed. So,
yeah, actually that was Admiral William McRaven. That's who it was. It wasn't
yes.
McMullen, but
I have the video saved. I watch it almost every day.
Yeah, and it's about, that's something that, the military does. Just do a small task, and you will be surprised. If you're thinking about the report you got to prepare for the boss and get it all ready, do the dishes.
Yes. Take a step back.
Way back.
Small.
Just do the dishes or mop the floor.
Yep.
And watch how ready you will be for the boss with the big report from New York. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. All right. So we appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. This was awesome. And once again, the camera has changed. We're going to be showing you guys more and more as time goes on with Good Morning Aurora. We appreciate our guests for coming on.
Thank you for bringing me
on the
out.
show today, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. All right. All of you guys have a blessed, positive, a wonderful day. Support local. Hit up Tavern on Broadway tonight, 24 North Broadway, or hit up McCarty Mills. Great places that you can go to. Harry Beach Dog Radio, peace to you. Oh, man, so many people. Anna's Custom Treats, Document the Abuse. All of you guys are strong people. APD is hiring. Think about being a cadet. You may be the next chief of police. Take care of yourself and each other.